haven't seen colors now. If I'm seeing colors, then somebody will hit my head too hard. Or I hit somebody too hard.
Welcome back, Kaimon.
Yep, appreciate it.
How do you think Omari did the other night? Playing with that
Campbell?
Yeah, playing with that fist and
Yeah.
was able to use it to knock a ball loose.
I think it's an advantage for him. Obviously, his attributes of catching the ball probably gone down a little bit, but I mean, I feel like the cast or the club, I don't think it's messed him up by any means. He hasn't skipped a step. It was definitely beneficial on the punch out for sure. But he's one of those guys, man. It doesn't matter what you throw, what kind of obstacle you throw in his way. He's going to overcome it anyway. He's been a great asset to the defense as well. So, the little club ain't going to affect him and how he's going to play on Saturdays. In this case, last Thursday. So.
Some of you guys have talked over the last month plus since camp started about how mature he is. He just turned 19 the other day, but he's a mature guy. Give us some examples of his maturity on the field that you can sense when you're out there and then when you watch on film that you see.
I mean, with just him just being the Mike backer and just like, him taking charge at 19 years old, man, that's a big job for somebody at that age, man. There's a lot of guys that I know in other different places that would not be able to handle that, and so for Omari just to take over the reins, just knows like he has a big responsibility as his defense, just to lead, to be the voice of it, and alongside with Pyro Echoes, man, with him being his mentor and stuff like that, just he's done a tremendous job, shows his maturity, just knows like just like everybody, you're gonna make some mistakes, there's gonna be some calls that you should have did that was better and stuff like that, but for him, he definitely has a perfect definition of having football amnesia, where if the play doesn't go his way or if he misses a tackle or makes a wrong call, he doesn't think about it anymore, moves on to the next one, which is what we need at inside backer. And so I feel like he's definitely held up his own pretty well, and I know he's only going to get better from here. From here, as young as he is, even though how mature he is, he's only going to get better from here.
Kaimon, I know you're on different sides of the ball, but has there been anything different with Conor this week as opposed to last, or now it's his show?
Yeah.
Max being out.
Most definitely. Prayers out to Max for sure, man. I'm still praying for him, wishing on him for a speedy recovery. I keep up with him and stuff, so I know he's doing well. I know he's still having some procedures done, but we're wishing him the best, still praying up for him. But you're right. This is Conor's show now. This is his offense, and so it's hard to tell right now because it's just so short notice and stuff like that. He barely Conor played half a game, and I didn't really pay attention to it too much in offense, especially with me trying to get after it. So, but I feel like the offense is still going to be in good hands with Conor. I feel like with Conor, man, he definitely has some attributes that's going to make this offense more dynamic. Going to have a dangerous backfield still, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Conor takes on his this new role. I know he's definitely been preparing himself the entirety of the spring, over the summer. He's done a tremendous job in improving in his leadership, being more vocal, bringing guys up, and of course his work ethic, just staying after practice, getting extra work, whether that he was playing or whether that he was not, just being a good leader for everybody, not only in the quarterback room but also in the offense and for the rest of the team. So for now, for him to get this role, I feel like he's going to do a tremendous job.
Can you give us a scoop on who got helmet stickers from last week?
Let's just say a lot of people got helmet stickers. I don't know everybody that got them, but y'all gonna see who got them.
How many did you get?
Huh?
How many did you get?
7, I think. Ironic.
You're going to fill that helmet up, aren't you?
I'm trying to. For sure.
Kaimon, what's your sense of, obviously, you remember how the opener against South Carolina went last year where you guys got after Rattler, the 9 sacks, everybody was loving you up, about the pressure you created. What is your sense of the way you played the other night and, sort of trying to avoid the fall off that happened last year with the pressures that you got in the opener and then it didn't carry you?
Yeah. I just got to be where my feet are. Obviously, this with every other game. I can't put a whole bunch of expectations over what I've done in the previous games of athletes now.
Group.
But I know as a group, man, we're still looking for improvement each and every time. I know with Coach Collins, we've done some great things in that game last week. Holding them to 78 rushing yards, which is huge for a team that led the Big Ten in a lot of rushing yards last year. So these guys were not an easy task by any means, and so I feel like we're going to be in a good spot. You know what I'm saying? Just this is something that we're going to continuously try to roll over, getting better each and every week, not only in preventing rushing yards, but also getting back there to the quarterback as well, reducing passing yards and stuff like that, getting them off in 3rd down, 3 and outs and stuff like that. So, the sky's the limit for this defense. We're still aiming to be the best defense in college football, and I feel like last week was a good starting point, and now we can only go up from here.
Kaimon, I know one objective of this year's defense was to rotate more guys, play more players on defense. It seemed like you guys were able to do that on Thursday, play about 20 players. What did you like about the substitution patterns and the rotations, and how do you feel that kind of helped you guys?
I feel like it just allowed us to get more guys on the field, and for the guys that we need in crucial situations, allow them to be rested up and ready to go. I know in the past it's just like, we would not substitute like that, and so it was just like a lot of guys were tired when we needed them the most and stuff like that. And I know now Coach Collins understood that was an issue in the past, and Coach Brown knows that was an issue in the past. And for us to rotate around 20 guys, man, that's something that we've been preaching for years that we need to do a better job of, and I feel like we finally are starting to do that a lot more. So it's good to see, and also just not only for players that we need in crucial moments, but it allows guys who hasn't really played a lot in the past to get some burn on Saturdays and Thursdays. So just seeing guys like that get out there, and I know from my perspective, seeing Tyler Thompson get out there, it was good to see him out there really get in the game, really see how it feels. I know he played some games in the past, but for him to be in a true rotation, and to see how the fruits of his labor start to come up in the game, I feel like he's going to do a good job and improve each and every time he gets in the game. So just not only for Tyler's sake, but for everybody across the D-line, linebackers, safeties, and secondary, I feel like that's going to be great for us, especially down the long run of the season.
Just to follow up on that really quick, we were talking to Jeff Collins yesterday. He was saying that the way Mac was running the camp kind of allowed for some of that preparation to happen as far as getting more guys. What do you feel that Mac was doing to kind of prepare you guys to rotate in there more and get more guys in?
I think just preaching the fact that we need to get more guys in, just understanding it's just like we don't need just 11 guys, we need 22 guys, we need 25 guys, we need guys that we need to rotate in, because it's just more than the first 11 that's going to be in. We need all hands on deck. We need to make sure that everybody needs to know what they're doing. Doesn't matter if you're starting, you're second, third, it doesn't matter. And I feel like the way that Coach Collins has ran our walkthroughs, the way that we do things on the defensive side, it's just like you can't get lulled to sleep just because you're not getting any playing time. You got to understand what your job is, because we're constantly rotating. We're constantly asking, what do you got to do in this situation? The meeting rooms are the exact same way. So just even going all the way back to the summer, going through fall camp and stuff like that, just understanding holding everybody to a standard and accountability, understanding that you got to know what you have to do in this certain situation, what your job is, and also potentially somebody else's job. I feel like that's definitely benefited, and now it's starting to come to fruition now.
When we talked to Mac yesterday, he noted that at times this program has lost games it shouldn't have in the past.
Yep.
And because of that, the focus now is more on you guys, your own standard, more so than the opponent in many respects. What does that mean to you, and how is that different from maybe some of the messaging before?
I feel like for us, it's just we got to play to our standard. I know for the defensive side, we've set our standard to be the best defense in college football, and so now that's our standard. So that means it's just, we got to practice at a high level. We have to meet at a high level. We have to know our responsibilities at a high level. And Coach is right. We've won some games that a lot of people did not see us as the favorite, and we won. And we also lost some games as we were the favorite, and we didn't win. And so just as of right now, man, it's just with those games, it's it went the way we went. It didn't go the way we went, but now we're in a new time to where it's just now we're competing for a standard. We're holding ourselves accountable to a higher standard of what we've had in the past. And just, we're just going to be 1-0 each and every week. We're not going to be worrying about the opponent 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. We're only worried about the opponent of the week. And at the end of the day, we're only facing ourselves at the end of it, because we've seen in games just we never got beat physically. It's just that we beat ourselves, whether that was one guy that didn't get in his gap or coverage or drop ball or miss gap when they were running. It didn't have to do anything with the guy across from us. It had to do with the guy that we look ourselves in the mirror every single day. And so with us, we're facing ourselves at the end of it. We're facing ourselves in practice. And so at the end of it, it's going to be us versus us on Saturdays too.
Kaimon, what's different, if anything, on those packages where you're lining up beside Dez and Bo's on the opposite side and you're just kind of turning it loose? Is there anything different about your approach, or is it just the same as it always is, no matter what down it is?
Same as always is, just keeping the main thing. So, just understanding. I heard somebody laugh. I know you got that from. But, just understanding is just, it doesn't make any difference. Just, my approach is not different. Just when I get put in the pass for a situation, that means I get to turn my ears back and just let it loose. And so now we're having those packages where I'm lined up beside Dez or I'm lined up beside Bo, and it's we're on two on the same side, and let alone just having all three of us on the field. So, my approach is just the same. Whatever the call is, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. And let's get a sack by the end of it. It's a party in the backfield by that point.
For lack of a better word, is that fun? Having those guys out there and
100%.
You know what I mean?
Because it's dealer's choice. It's whatever you want to do. If you slide it to both sides and you're leaving me and Dez open, if you want to slide it to my side, you're leaving Dez and Bo open, and if you want to put it on Dez, then all right, you're gonna leave me and Bo open. So it's whatever, bless you. So it's whatever you want to do, and whoever you slide it to is a threat on the back end. We have threats all across the board, and not even just the edge guys, but guys up the middle. So whether that we have Javari or Josh or Trav or KJ, it's like it doesn't matter. Whoever we have up the middle is going to be a threat. Whoever we have on the edges is going to be a threat. So at that point, it's just like you got to pick your poison. So.
All right, we good?
Great stuff.
Thanks, Kaimon.
Appreciate y'all.